Hey folks, this is Gregory Robinson, and this is our Wisdom Wednesday. What we've been doing is going through my book Time Machine, um, section by section, and today is actually our last section on environment. There's actually one more section in the book, but that is kind of a ceremony for you to go through after you finish the book. So today I wanted to talk to you about environment, and it's hard to understand just how much your environment rules your life until you change it. Um, Something as simple as your route to work can influence your life. We have these familiar trails in our mind that set the course for our day, and we become programmed by our environment. For instance, our family has vacationed on Edisto Island for many years, and on the way onto the island, there's one lonely tree about 40 feet off the road into the marsh. And I mean, there are no other trees out there. It's literally where the tide comes in and goes out every day. So it's kind of a marshy area. And someone goes out there and decorates that tree periodically. And I never found out who or why, but when I see it, I'm instantly put onto island time. I can feel a wave of relaxation upon seeing this vacation icon. I feel a wave of this relaxation, and I've made a mental association with this tree and the wonderful sound of the ocean surf, the smell of my mother's shrimp creole, the warm sun on my skin, and the carefree time spent enjoying time with my family. And the same is true on my way to work. I start to feel that list of things that I need to get done in a day start to kind of mount up on me when I take this specific turn on my commute. And some days I'll just take a different route to change my attitude about work. And our minds make associations between visual stimuli and known outcomes. We can literally change the outcomes by changing the stimuli. If you're trying to eat better and you can avoid the temptation of cheating on your diet by avoiding the stimuli of that favorite greasy restaurant. Those colors, signage, and smells from the restaurant, they're all beckoning you to come in. And this is marketing. These people have studied this for a long time. There's a good reason these things kick off these cues in your brain. But just seeing the flashy colors or the flashing sign, just seeing the lit up parking lot in the evening, the smells and everything can really it can really influence you. And it's infinitely harder to avoid that restaurant if you see the signs and smell the smells. It's much easier to avoid the stimuli. We just can't simply trust ourselves to do the right thing. We have to stack the deck in our favor. If we have a group or individual that's dragging us down, we have to remove ourselves from that environment. If we have a dream we're pursuing, we have to install ourselves in an environment that will help us to achieve our goals. You've all heard the term or the saying, you are who you hang with. And that really is true. It's hardwired in our brain to conform to what's around us. It happens without you knowing it. It's quite literally an involuntary response. The only way to change that response is to change the stimuli. If you have a problem with addiction, there's a place where this addiction thrives. If it's alcohol, maybe it's at a local bar. If it's drugs, it might be where you go to get drugs. But there's one place or several places where this addiction thrives, and conversely, there are places where it does not. Maybe it's spending time with family, and maybe it's just being at a Wednesday night church meeting. These places are not where addiction is going to thrive. And the trick is to spend your time in the places where that addiction cannot thrive. Just remove yourself from the places where it does thrive. A fresh start for your life resides in a new path. Blaze a new trail, and you'll react differently to new stimuli. So something as simple as changing your route to work, seeing a different set of trees or passing by a park or something that just strikes a chord with you can truly change your day and change your attitude. I mean, if you have some of the bigger issues we talked about, changing your environment can save your life, quite honestly. So I want you to think about that today, and just think about how your environment is actually affecting you and what you could do to, customize that to yourself, to what you want to be. You can definitely do that through changing some of your environment. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments, as always, shoot me an email at gchild, that's GCHILD 418 at gmail.com. And love to hear from you. I hope you have a great day, and I hope the good Lord blesses you today.